The trade relationship between the US and Canada faced significant disruption in early 2025 when President Trump imposed steep tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, citing economic security concerns. As the largest supplier of these materials to the US, Canada immediately felt the impact, with American manufacturers facing rising costs, leading to supply chain instability, economic uncertainty, and potential job losses. Canadian officials strongly opposed the tariffs, viewing them as unjustified and detrimental to both economies. In response, Canada swiftly retaliated with tariffs on $29.8 billion worth of U.S. goods, strategically targeting politically significant industries such as agriculture, automotive, and consumer goods. This countermeasure aimed to pressure the U.S. administration while gaining leverage in broader trade negotiations. As tensions escalated, the trade war extended beyond North America, with the European Union and China also imposing countermeasures on U.S. goods, further complicating global trade dynamics. The tariffs caused widespread disruption across key industries, leading to increased production costs, supply chain delays, and higher prices for businesses and consumers. American automakers and steel-dependent industries bore the brunt of the increased material costs, forcing some companies to cut jobs or relocate production. Meanwhile, U.S. farmers suffered as Canada's retaliatory tariffs affected exports of dairy, pork, and soybeans, further straining an agricultural sector already grappling with global market challenges. The economic strain fueled political backlash, with U.S. lawmakers from affected states criticizing the administration's trade policies. Despite mounting pressure from businesses and politicians, Trump defended the tariffs, arguing they were necessary to address trade imbalances and protect American industries from foreign competition. However, as economic damage spread, Canada responded by reducing its dependence on U.S. imports, strengthening ties with European and Asian markets, and prioritizing domestic suppliers to mitigate risks from future trade disputes. Canadian businesses began diversifying supply chains and seeking alternative sources for goods previously imported from the U.S., ensuring resilience against unpredictable trade policies. The prolonged conflict also had broader implications for international trade, influencing policies and prompting other nations to reassess their reliance on the U.S. market. Some countries considered similar protective measures, wary of the potential economic instability caused by abrupt policy changes. The ongoing tensions underscored the complexities of modern trade relationships, where deep economic interdependence makes unilateral actions highly consequential. Despite the challenges, Canada remained steadfast in its commitment to retaliate against what it saw as unfair trade measures, reinforcing its sovereignty and signaling its unwillingness to be economically coerced. The dispute ultimately exposed vulnerabilities within the North American trade system, sparking discussions about long-term strategies to ensure economic resilience and stability in an increasingly uncertain global trade environment. The ripple effects extended beyond just Canada and the US, as other global markets observed the consequences of protectionist policies and began adapting their own trade strategies. In the midst of these economic tensions, businesses on both sides of the border had to navigate higher costs, shifting market dynamics, and uncertainty regarding future trade agreements. Some U.S. manufacturers, heavily reliant on Canadian materials, found themselves forced to absorb losses or pass costs onto consumers, contributing to inflationary pressures. Likewise, Canadian exporters faced difficulties accessing the American market, pushing them to explore alternative partnerships. The prolonged nature of the trade war revealed the risks of overdependence on any single trading partner, reinforcing the importance of diversification in economic planning. While the tariffs were intended to strengthen American industries, they instead led to economic hardship, uncertainty, and a loss of trust between two of the world's closest trading partners. The tensions not only reshaped North American trade dynamics but also influenced how countries worldwide approached economic policy and international trade agreements, highlighting the need for a more stable and predictable global trade environment.